This video presents the top 13 consulting firms for project management, PMO, and program management. Here's the situation though. Every year, about 65.8% of project management, PMO, and program management initiatives fail to deliver expected results. Not because the project plans and strategies were bad, but rather because implementation broke down, especially after go live, with impacted users resisting and not adopting the changes. Which is why it is important to select the right consultant for your project, program, and PMO support. Let's jump right into it. And here's how to follow along. First, I am going to provide you with a side-by-side overview of each one of the firms. That way you understand their strengths. And then I will provide you with a free checklist to help you narrow the list even further. Okay? All right. So the first organization on our list is Airiodion Group Consulting. Airiodion Group is often viewed as a top project management and change as well as program management consultant because of their ability to deliver end-to-end program change management PMO support. Another reason why they are rated a top PMO consulting firm is that they go beyond governance, advisory oversight, and they actually extend into hands-on implementation led by experienced consultants who stay involved with your organization all the way from the beginning through to the end. Another reason why Airiodion Group is recognized as the best consulting firm for project management, PMO, and program is that they apply a four-phase scalable, flexible project and program management framework to ensure impacted users adopt the changes, that there is organizational readiness, and at the end, there is value realization. The next organization on this list is Bose Allen Hamilton. They are best known for managing very large, complex programs, particularly in government and highly regulated industries. The firm brings very strong governance, structure, and implementation discipline to long-term initiatives where control, accountability, and risk management are critical. So what does this mean for you? It means that if your organization operates in a government or highly regulated environment, then you want to consider Booz Allen Hamilton as one of the shortlisted organizations that make it into your list. The next step after coming out with a list of 2 to 3 shortlisted consulting firms will be to follow up with them and provide a quick overview of the types of changes that your organization is implementing and asking them to schedule a call with you so they can provide you with more information as to how they can support if they are hired for this role. And then after meeting with those 2 to 3, and during that meeting, you are basically interviewing them, and the checklist will help you with that. After doing the interview with 2 to 3 of those consulting firms, your organization will now select the one single consulting firm that will be hired to support your organization. So we are basically starting out with an overview of each one of these firms, and then using that free checklist, narrow the list to 2 to 3. Your organization will meet with those 2 to 3, and then you will select the finalist. All right. So the next organization is a Capco. They are well known for their involvement in financial services, especially where regulatory requirements and technology delivery overlap. This firm focuses heavily on program implementation in environments that demand both speed and compliance, making it a common choice for large transformation efforts in regulated industries. So if your organization operates in a regulated environment, then you want to consider Capco as one of the shortlisted 2 to 3 organizations that end up on your list. We now have Kearney. Now, they stand out for staying involved through execution rather than stopping at strategy. The firm supports enterprise project and program management that is tied to operations and supply chain initiatives, helping organizations move plans into real operational results. Next is KPMG. They bring structured project management and PMO capabilities that emphasize governance, risk management, and compliance. Organizations often turn to KPMG when they need strong controls and consistency across large enterprise wide programs. Following KPMG is McKinsey and Company. They are frequently engaged to help organizations manage large portfolios of initiatives through transformation offices. The firm focuses on coordinating multiple programs at once, aligning leadership and maintaining momentum across complex multi year efforts. Next on this list is North Highland. They are known for delivery focused consulting that integrates change and implementation. The firm often partners closely with client teams to help drive progress across complex projects and transformations where leadership alignment and sustained implementation are essential. We now move on to NOS Group. They are a strong player in the Asia Pacific region, also known as APAC, particularly within the public sector. The firm specializes in program governance and delivery for initiatives that involve many stakeholders and long term public outcomes. So, the goal of providing you with this list of 13 consulting firms for PMO project and program is a global list. That way, irrespective of where your organization is based, you could be based in the US, in Canada, in the UK, in Australia, in the Middle East, in Africa, in Europe, in Asia, in APAC, anywhere at all, your organization will be able to find 1 or 2 consulting firms from today's list that can help support you. That's why we are talking about wherever any one of these consulting firms primarily operate. We want to call that out. That way, if your organization operates in that same environment or region, you can add that particular consulting firm to your list. Next is Oliver Wyman. They are often selected for complex, risk heavy programs, especially in financial services and other regulated industries. The firm combines analytical depth with discipline implementation to help organizations manage uncertainty while delivering results. Okay, so we have 4 more overviews to go over, and then we will jump into that checklist. Next is PA consulting. PA consulting blends innovation with strong program and project management delivery. The firm supports transformations where new ideas, technologies, or services must be implemented at scale, particularly in government and healthcare environments. Next on this list is Point B. They are known for their hands on approach to project and program management. Their consultants are often embedded directly into leadership or delivery roles, making the firm a strong fit for organizations that need practical implementation support, not just advice. The next organization is Slalom Consulting. They focus heavily on agile delivery and digital platforms programs. The firm partners closely with business and technology teams to move quickly while maintaining alignment, making it effective for technology driven project and program management efforts. Next on this list is Morale. They specialize in business and technology program implementation, particularly in healthcare, energy, and financial services. The firm helps organizations manage complex integrations and modernization initiatives where delivery precision really matters. So, as you can see, each one of these firms brings something different to the table. Next, why don't we together go over that practical checklist that I mentioned earlier that will help you narrow this list down and identify the right project management, PMO, and program management consulting firm that best fits your organization's specific needs, scale, challenges, and goals. So, as promised, here is the full checklist that you can use to identify the best consulting firm for your organization. Use the link below this video to download this checklist, and you and members of your team can start applying this checklist immediately as you evaluate potential partners. As you can see on my screen, step one is narrowing down the list. So before interviews even begin, you want to reduce your options to just 2 or 3 consulting firms by assessing similar types of projects that they have delivered, as well as whether they provide hands-on strategic and tactical support. This is important because you want to ensure there is adequate project type fit as well as industry fit, meaning that do they support your specific industry? Geographic presence is also important, but most importantly, is also delivery model. What does this mean? It really means, do they have a scalable and flexible delivery framework which will allow them to hit the ground running on day one and providing value? So this is very important. Also, do they provide hands-on tactical as well as strategic support is also very important. The next step is interviewing the shortlisted list of 2 to 3 consulting firms. And during the interview, we are recommending that you ask them some of these questions that we have included here. But you don't have to ask them all of these questions. We have included why each question matters, as you can see on my screen. That way, you can better determine which of these questions you will prioritize when meeting with and interviewing the consulting firm. Step 3 is where you evaluate and you also compare the interviewed 2 to 3 firms to determine which one to select. So after the interview, you want to compare them based on their delivery approach, cultural alignment, their communication style, and how they connected with you and your team during the interview. Why is this important? Well, you represent your company's culture. And so if the consultants connect very well with you, they are very likely to also connect well with impacted users across your organization. So that level of connection is very important to help you narrow down the list between the 2 to 3 firms that were interviewed down to one to be selected for this opportunity. As you can see here on the checklist, we emphasize look for chemistry. That basically means looking for connection for the management consultants that clicked well with you and your other leadership team that were part of interviewing the consulting firms. Step 4 is where you make the final decision. Before you finalize your choice, you want to ensure you are confirming scope, timelines, and success measures such as adoption and business impact. Most importantly, though, you also want to ensure that you align with the consulting firm on how knowledge transfer will happen at the end. Basically, the right consulting firm should leave you and your organization stronger, more capable, and better prepared for future initiatives. So, the main message is very simple though. The best consulting firm for your organization is not the biggest name or the most popular brand. It is the consulting firm that understands your people, your culture, and your business goals and will help you achieve lasting results long after the engagement ends. That is the best consulting firm for your organization. If your organization is looking for a project management, program management, or PMO consulting partner, I can help. As mentioned in this video, Airiodion Group is recognized as one of the leading management consulting firms for project management, change management, program management, and also PMO. Even if you simply have questions about the best way to go about selecting the right partner, or you would like a second opinion, or you just have questions, right? Questions about pain points or challenges that you or your organization might be having in regards to change, project, or transformation challenges. Irrespective, feel free to reach out. I would love to have that conversation with you. You can find my contact link below this video where it says how to contact OB Airiodion. Use that link to reach out to me to schedule a conversation. I look forward to speaking with you soon. And don't forget to like this video, as that lets me know that you have received value from it. You can also subscribe to the channel so you don't miss great content like this one.